Hello, my friends. 3KO Games here, and we have the Owl Tower back again with three brand new heroes. So let's jump in and take a look. Two of those heroes are 5-star and featured right now. Those are 5-star Red Barbarian Lodius, who's got insane stats as we come to expect. Without max power preview, we're already at 1,004. Leans slightly more attack heavy, but pretty well rounded here. As a review, the Owl family bonus gets a mana generation buff in place of a mana status ailment. That increases for how many owls you have on the team. I believe that's the same for all owls and that owl family. We don't have a passive because they don't need a passive. They do all the other things. This special skill for Lodius is a very fast special Battle Claw Strike. Attacks the target with Moonrise Strike, dealing up to 2,200 damage and deals 40% more damage if the target is holy. So, this is a hero that could one-shot some of your heroes, particularly your holy heroes. As a review, that up to damage is based off of goblins. So if you don't have goblins, now you have to, I gotta try to pull some goblins. The base damage is 1,100, and the way I understand it, correct me if I'm wrong, if you have a goblin on your team, or goblins, and so does the enemy, and you also have Lodius, neither side's goblins have fired to grow or wither attack or defense. That stat is going to be 1,100. It's an 1,100 snipe at very fast speed, plus 40% if it's holy. Okay, if you've got Lodius and the enemies have goblins that grow their defense and wither your attack, and that has been maxed out, Lodius is not going to be that strong. Will hit as low as 550. If you have goblins that grow your attack and wither their defense, and that's maxed out, that's when that maximum damage up to 2,200 is going to happen. Plus the 40% damage if it's holy. So, that damage alone is pretty strong. But then, if the target is defeated by the attack, then nearby enemies are unable to gain any mana for 3 turns. That's pretty good. I don't know that Lodius is going to kill a lot of people on the first special. At very fast speed, a lot of the other goblins haven't gone off yet. But at very fast speed, he might be going off 2-3 times in a battle. And later on in the battle, if you can stop your enemies from gaining mana, that's fantastic. This last bullet point seems like the SG team was developing this hero and said, seems okay, needs something more. Counterattack? Yeah, counterattack, sure. It's very random, but also all allies counterattack with 60% of the damage received for 3 turns. I think you could do something more appropriate about, like, if the target is defeated, blah, blah, blah. If the target is not defeated, they get poison damage or a feather fiend, or I don't know, just something that plays into that a little bit more. But certainly counterattack is not bad. It's a low enough counterattack that it's the kind of counterattack sometimes I would just hit right through. But anyway, that's Lodius, and let's take a look now at Livia. Livia is a 5-star yellow paladin. insanely high stats, of course. These lean a little bit more defensively, so she's more of a support hero with an average speed special, Rites of Inner Knowledge, that lifts all cleansable status ailments from the caster and nearby allies and randomly distributes them on enemies. Great. So lifts those status ailments and gives them to enemies. Great. Then we get a Moonrise Ward for 4 turns for caster and nearby that reduces incoming special skill damage up to 1320 and reduces more an additional 30% when the attacker is holy. And that's going to be depending on that growth and wither of goblins. Again, the minimum damage reduction is 330. Plus, over 4 turns, caster and nearby allies regenerate 1800 HP, and they reflect status ailments and negative stacks for 4 turns. I mean, the only thing that could make this better is if it were all heroes. This is 3. This is caster and nearby, but that's still pretty great. This is a really strong support hero at average speed. So if you have status ailments, she's going to give them to the other team. If over the next 4 turns you get a status ailment, she's going to say nope and reflect that to the other team. The cleanse and reflect, so it doesn't matter if you beat the opponent to the status ailment. Get your special off before, because she can cleanse it. And if you do get your special off before, you'll reflect it. That's pretty great. Pretty strong hero. Would be happy with either of those. I have 0 pulls, though. So let's talk about this brand new 4-star Giuliani. I don't know if that's a Rudy Giuliani joke. I don't know. Anyway, 4-star. And the Owl Family bonus is the same. They didn't adjust the stats on that at all. 4-star stats here, pretty high. We have a slow speed special here for Giuliani, 4-star purple wizard, and this special skill is called Scroll of Spite. I can't think of a whole lot of other purple slow speed heroes. Those that you might take into a 4-star rush tournament, with insane specials. And this is a pretty insane special. It's pretty good. Attacks the nearby target and nearby enemies with Moonrise Strike, dealing up to 860 damage, deals 30% more if the target is holy. Then, target and nearby enemies get 900 poison damage over 5 turns. The caster and all allies absorb 35% of that dealt poison damage as health. You've got somebody, even if it's not healing a lot, it's healing, a good amount and giving a really large hit and then damage over time. Would be great in Rush Wars. That's Giuliani. I don't have any pulls to show you in the Owl Tower right now, but I do think I've got some Aether summons to do, so maybe I'll just tack that on to the end of the video here. So, stay. Yay, and I do have a 10 pull in the Aether summon, so let's just do that and see what we get here. Oh, super alpha. Nice, and legendary fire. And legendary eyes, holy crap. That's a strong way to start. I'm just fine with that. Yeah, now we can just start stacking the rares. Yeah. Oop, epic. Epic, how about one more? Maybe not. I think that's it. Is that 10? Yeah, that's 10. But super alpha combo. 5 alpha ethers. And then, yeah, man, that's fantastic. Awesome, very exciting. Those are the pulls for today, everybody, and the new heroes. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.